Alright, back with some text rendering. Or eventually, hopefully, doing text rendering. I've been thinking a lot about how this algorithm could work in Manim. And there are a few things that gave me some pause, but I think everything should work out. Part of what made me a little bit worried is that, at least in the example that it goes through in this article, this is for 2D rendering, and sometimes the Bezier curves in Manim they use 3-dimensional points. And I was wondering if that would matter. And I think that it won't. But I guess I'm not totally sure, so I guess I'll have to figure that out now. Is my LSP working? It is. Cool. Okay, so I managed to render it into a texture. I think I'm gonna want to come up with a simple shape. Probably one that involves Bezier curves. And try rendering that. I think doing a full letter might be possibly too much to go for at once. Actually, here's what I'll do. I'll try to make an E shape. Make an E shape, but just make a really basic one. Or maybe just like a ring. Let me see. What was this function doing? Rendering to the screen? Rendering the texture to the screen. So these coordinates are the coordinates of this box. And these coordinates are the coordinates. We'll map the texture coordinates onto that box. So I think, let me make this, let's render to texture or something. Then I'll open another one for doing the text rendering algorithm. So I'll call that like text rendering. Yeah, I'll just call it text rendering.py. And here I'm going to want to change the shape. I'm going to make a few changes actually. So starting with here, I guess, when I render the large hourglass, I guess I'll have to use the texture, so maybe I should do the small hourglass first. No, I'll do the large one first. So here I'm going to try to render an E shape. Or something like that. This had a relatively simple... Had some simple vertices. And unfortunately I think that indices for the shape I want to draw is going to be a bit more complicated. At first I'll just do a square. Something really simple. So I won't want this to go from 0, 0 necessarily. So just to start this, I'll do this one like negative 3/4. And then positive 3/4. Then I'll move over to positive 3/4 and positive 3/4. Then I'll move over to positive 3/4 positive 3/4. Now I'll go to positive 3/4, negative 3/4. And I'll just try to render this triangle. Try to make a directory for this example stuff. Are these two the same? Oh, I just added the text rendering one. What's render to texture? That's the same thing too. I'm gonna make a text rendering folder. This and modern geo rendering are gonna move into there. I forgot which one I was even editing. This text rendering. Okay, so now the large hourglass won't be a large hourglass, it'll just be a part of a triangle. Okay. Nope, did something wrong. Too much space allocated there. Okay, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. I think at first... maybe I won't want an E shape, actually. Maybe I want to draw this out. Because this text rendering algorithm will allow me to draw holes. But if I'm just rendering triangles, which is what I'll do as what I'm doing in the example, I can't draw holes easily. Not without, like, specifying triangles for all of the outside. Aquabeam, what's going on? Okay, I think what I'll do instead is I'm just gonna get the 4 points for this. So this will go to here, here, here. Then I need negative 0.5, negative 0.5. So this is just going in a square now. And I want to see if I can render this square with the text rendering algorithm. And that would mean rendering these coordinates. Well, first coming up with the triangulation for this. And then rendering these, well, triangulating this, then rendering that to a texture. So I'm actually going to try to restore the old large hourglass first. Is it here? Good thing I kept that around. Oh, what? Did something wrong. Oh, then I have to pass that here. Okay. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to come up with triangles going from some arbitrary point to all of the points making up the outline. Wait, hold on. Triangles are drawn on top of each other. Darkening pixels inside each triangle. They have to have each triangle flip the pixels underneath it. Each quadratic segment has one control point that controls how the curve bends. Control points are drawn below in gray. Okay, so in Manim there'd be a Bezier curve going, for example, point here, 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 P0, 1, 2. And to draw just the flat parts, I would ignore the P1. So these just be drawing points from the start point straight to the end point, is what I'm picking up from this. So I'm gonna need a function like render square. Something like this. And here's what I'm gonna want it to do. If I can get this to work. I forgot about that. But if I have the coordinates of a square, and I want to render it with this text rendering algorithm, then what I'll have to do is pick some arbitrary point out here and pass in triangles for this, 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 and then, well, this. But I'm gonna need to pass in these triangles, which shouldn't be too hard. If I already have the points making up the outline, it shouldn't be too hard to find. I'll start from this code. I call this render square. And these coordinates, well, hold on. Let me just write this out. The square are, and this is -3/4, -3/4. And then positive 3/4, positive 3/4, positive negative, and then negative negative. Oh, this should be negative positive. Okay. These are the coordinates of the square, but they're not the coordinates needed by the text rendering algorithm. The text rendering algorithm, which I really want to just bring this picture over. In order to do the text rendering, I'm going to need a triangle for each edge. Okay. So it'll be, I'll just use, I don't want to use the origin. I'll use -1, -1 as the point that I go from. I'll go from first edge, this one. This is across the top. Then there's this. This. This is the top. Oh yeah, Aqua Beam, were you at the meeting this morning? Top, there's the right. You were. Okay, what did I miss? Here's the bottom. And then the left. So this. And then this. Okay, 3, 6, 9. So this is 12 points. Cool, cool. And I don't need the index buffer. So take that out, take that line out. Now, if I were to render this, I'd get a weird looking shape. I don't know how to describe it. And that's what I should get. Where's the shader for this? Oh, it's just a closure on some other program. Only the texture one. Wait, render small. Yeah, only the one rendering the texture to the screen has its own program. So I'll just use this program. Okay, so I'll see if that does what I want. -1, -1. And I think it did, actually. It just looks funny with all the other stuff there. How to make decisions, roles and moderators, and how to make life easier for them. Discussion with sponsors for funding, and hackathon discussion. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay, I'll have to follow up on the GitHub discussion for a conversation about funding and moderator discussions. The hackathon pretty much happened without me. Oh, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna make this basically green. Man, that is one ugly color. That is too, but I guess I'll keep it. See notes on the pinned Etherpad in the channel. Gotcha, thanks. Image magic, killing me right now. Okay, I'm gonna make this smaller. All of these 0.075s need to be smaller. Maybe that's slightly better. I'm actually going to make it even smaller. I don't need this to be very big. Let's make this 0.3 or something. Make this 0.3 or something. Okay, I think that should be fine. Now, what I'll want to... Oh, where did it go? Did I close it? Guess so. What I want to do... is... draw a color value of 1 over 255 rather than filling in the shade. There's a hack that avoids needing a stencil buffer at all. Just draw with additive blending, which I think is the default, and use a color value of 1 over 255 since colors on the GPU are 8-bit and range from 0 to 1. The resulting pixel only lies inside the outline. The accumulated color scaled back up by 255 is odd. Okay, so here's what this means to me. I'm gonna need a different shader. Yeah. So I get this program. Call this the stencil program. So take a vertex, just output it again. The fragment shader. F color should be vec4. Then I guess I want 1 over 255 0 0 0. I don't need that uniform. Context program. So basically it's going to make everything slightly red. Maybe what I can just do is make this black and store that in the alpha channel, the 1 over 255. And maybe this will give me an effect similar to this one. Maybe. Okay, let's see what that does. Why is it red? RGB... Shouldn't this be RGBA? Or did I not enable alpha blending or something like that? That might be it. In case that's what happened, I'm gonna make this a vec3. Close this. Then this should be a vec3. And I'll just make all these 1 over 255, I think. Same thing. The fact that this is red is weird to me. Like, why would that happen? It must be using the same format as the color uniform that is passing in before. And that was a vec4. If I change this to... Oh. I wasn't even using that program. that'll do it. But let me see if I can even use alpha blending. No, it looks like I can't. Okay. So I guess it just expects that to be a 1. Okay. So I guess it just expects that to be a 1. Wait, why is it black now? Oh, because I'm still not passing it to the right color, or the right program. Hey, let's try this again. Now it's green. Change the alpha value. Okay, and the alpha still isn't appearing. So now I know for sure that I can't use alpha blending. It probably isn't too hard to enable it though. Let me see how Manim does that. This needs to be OpenGL renderer window? Maybe just rendering. Blend. Don't think I have to do anything more than this. Source alpha 1 minus source alpha 1 1. Yeah, that seems legit. So as soon as I get the context, I'm just gonna do this. I think that should enable blending, or enable the alpha channel. Oh wait, was that the wrong program? It was. I want to edit this one. Oh my gosh. Yank this. Go here. Get there. Great. Actually, this render to texture file, I think I can just close that for now. Okay, so now I think the alpha channel will matter, and it does. Perfect. Okay. And so what was the point of that? What I want to do now... Well, actually, I have to do this with additive blending, won't I? If the blend function is source alpha 1 minus source alpha 1 1. I don't think that helps me. I think it has to be just 1 1. I have to check. I need to see how modern GL even does additive blending. Additive blending. Shortcut for additive blending 1, 1. So enabling and disabling blending. It's going to tell me about the blend functions. Out here. Source alpha 1 minus source alpha. default. I think these are the default blending source alpha 1 minus source alpha. Okay, so I guess... Okay, so this is the default. Additive is 1, 1. Like this. Okay, fine. Daryl Golden and Pi. What's going on?